you could do a variation based on
Hey guys,
this.
welcome back to another video. It
Some
is
people look and they say, hey, okay, well, I can't even
Beast,
afford
the
$1,800.
tiger, the
Okay,
beast, the
well, can you do
tiger.
$1,700 for the next 12 months and then
See
the
these
full
tabs.
2,000? Or can you do 16,
What is it called?
then 2,000, then
Roblox.
2,100, right? Something like this where you're basically trying to stretch
Wait,
out
they just
the
already
rental
put an
contract
update?
term and
I was
try
talking
to
about
take
it.
as little of a loss as possible for both sides.
What?
Right? Something a tenant can afford. And
Guys, I think they added badges.
Even hope for
I know that.
the best thing to do is stretch
Wait.
out the time, though.
Budget.
The worst case scenario
It
is
goes.
trying to say, all right,
The winners.
The
The winners.
12-month lease contract. Hey,
Wait,
all of a sudden now
it's
you're
on
6 months
new.
behind. The last 6 months, you owe it all at the end. Tenant might just leave. That's not good. It's better to keep somebody who's already a good tenant.
RB Battles Championship badge. Question mark, question mark.
So chopping it up by extending the lease term, it's not a terrible idea. I just signed a 3-year lease. I wouldn't be opposed to even doing a 4-year lease with the tenant. Just something where we stretch
Guys,
it out and make it make sense for both parties.
Oh.
So in the example I just gave,
I'm so dumb.
$2,000 as original rent.
Alright, let's play.
$1,800
Alright guys, let's see. Like, is chapter
some
1.
variation of that.
Chapter 1 is the most like.
A rental discount for the tenant of $2,400 year 1.
Oh, I just saw piggy, I think.
$0 rent free for year 3. That means the landlord is actually taking a loss of $3,600 for a
Oh
3-year
snap,
period,
guys!
which averaged out works out to losing about $100 per month. That sounds like a lot. However, the reality is, people are taking much bigger losses because if tenants and landlords don't work together, everybody ends up getting screwed. It doesn't help to have a tenant just throw up their hands and say, that's it, I'm just not paying.
Crappy poop.
I'd rather have a
I'm gonna poop my
maybe I'm
pants.
taking less rent, but I don't have to deal with the re-rental. I don't have to deal with the re-rental fees. I don't have to face a potential eviction. I don't have to finish repairing the property during the tenant. And I don't have to make a rental margin during the tenant.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna poop.
Tenants having the right to claim protection under eviction
Stop.
bans if the landlord gives the tenant a rent break. So something that I don't know if that would ever hold up. Obviously, that's an attorney question. But some people are trying to do that. Like, hey, here's an addendum that says you're getting a rent reduction because you're agreeing that because of the pandemic, you can now make these new payments. But now you waive your right to say, hey, well, I can't make my rent payments anymore because of the pandemic. I have no idea if any of that stuff's going to hold up. But again, I'd rather have a longer-term contract and not have to deal with the property for a few years and just, look, everybody's starting right now. Just share the responsibility. I don't mind sharing responsibility with my tenants. Obviously, I don't want to pay everything. I don't want my tenants not to pay. And that's why I'd rather work with my tenants. And that's exactly what we've done. This was especially important because in April, we had a really horrible rental market. In April, it was like impossible to rent a property. Now, we'll talk about strategies for renting a property in a very difficult market, but you want to weigh this out as well as a tenant and a landlord. While you're negotiating as a tenant, you got to ask yourself, are there other rental properties available? If you're in a really competitive space as a tenant, you probably want to make things good with your current landlord. If there are tons of rentals available, well, then you have the upper hand, essentially. Because the landlord's going to look and go, okay, what's my competition? Oh, crap, I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Well, there are like 20 other ones available.
Oh my gosh.
That's a bad day. We had that issue.
Guys, let's check the shop if anything's new.
Now, if a property comes up for rent, we can rent a property almost.
Guys,
in fact,
is there anything new?
From this property, it's almost in mint condition. And that's because this tenant ended up
what? That's the winner!
And that brings up option number 3. When a tenant breaks the lease, the tenant is technically responsible for putting the
people are saying, we want the pirates. No way!
Now, rentable condition.
Guys, give a shout out to Creecraft. Like, Creecraft. You know everything of Piggy.
So, a tenant breaking a lease can be great if the landlord has a strong
rental
market.
Those are
right now in Southern California, there is a very strong rental market. I put a property up for rent, I get applications like crazy. So, as a landlord, I'm less inclined
Guys,
to
can we beat this
now
infection?
than I was in April because I could easily find other tenants. Obviously, unless they stop paying. When a tenant breaks a lease, though, they are also responsible for fees and cleaning up the property to get it ready.
No, not again.
all these things can actually be helpful for
I can still
transitioning
kill.
to a new tenant. He broke his lease and is now moving to Idaho. He left the property in amazing condition. I'm really, really jazzed. Everything's beautiful. The flooring is in great shape. The paint is in great shape. The windows are
Guys,
in
what
great
is
shape.
wrong
And this
with
is
me?
normal when a tenant breaks their lease. We do a walkthrough with them prior to them officially leaving. We give them a quick little overview, like, hey, you'll need your full deposit.
I got this kid. Guys,
Literally
imagine
everything.
me
Look,
getting
this
him.
is spotless.
I'm just a
This
potato
entire
without
property is just spotless.
you
But anyway,
legs.
it's just so sad to see
A
that a
potato
tenant has
walking like
to
sneaking.
basically
I like to
leave
walk on
the state that they're in
things.
because
Oh my
their
gosh.
business basically got canceled by the
Oh, I'm
pandemic.
fixed.
And these are normal, hardworking people who want
Alright,
to be
let's go in a
working,
different.
but they can't because
Guys, leave a like and
whatever type of
subscribe.
work he was
These
in
skins
is
are
not
awesome.
something that's possible for him to do now. All right. Well, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. How
Guys,
do you actually rent a property during a pandemic? Well, here's the thing. When it comes to renting a property during the pandemic, you have to know your rental money. It's kind of just like
those
in the
are
earlier
awesome
option where I
things.
say,
Like,
hey, how hard do you want to negotiate? Well, what's happening in the market? In April, for example, I had to take a property that was renting for $2,775.
alright guys, let's just play the hardest game in the world. I call
relocation. It was a VA tenant. Great.
stupidest game.
They're allowed to break their
My
lease.
hair,
Tenant leaves, and we have to re-rent the property in April. Well, we had
my
to
hair is always messed up. Oh snap.
$2,495. About a 10% discount.
I'm always
Find
done
a way to
pink
tenant. Now, obviously, during the pandemic, the most valuable tenants are tenants who have jobs with steady income. And so, jobs without steady
Oh
income
guys, I thought I was
are going
gonna
to be things
die.
like
Wait,
retail
guys,
and hospitality.
we win.
Now, keep in mind, you
I'll
can't
say we have to hit
discriminate
10
against
subscribers.
but you can qualify stability of income.
And I'll do a video. I'll try to do it for you guys.
Generally, you don't have to rent to
Doing it
someone
on
if they
phone,
can't prove they have stable
on
income.
my
Now,
tablet,
this
and try to
sucks for all the
show my
tenants
screen.
who don't have a stable income right now.
But
All the
you will
tenants
have
who
to
are
get
relying on unemployment are
Guys,
not getting it.
leave a
because they're being
like
ripped off by
if this
the
is hard.
stupid, lousy, lame
I just
Congress
don't
that we
want
have.
likes. I just want to know for you guys.
But if you
Like,
have
I'm
to
leaving a
rent,
like
you
on
have
my
to rent.
channel.
Obviously, right
Because
now,
I can't
you
do
gotta
it.
find jobs in
Guys,
careers that are
I
really
never
good.
beated this.
Internet entrepreneurs, nurses,
See, I never beated it.
doctors,
I
you know,
never
any kind of
got that
essential
far.
service,
That's the
police,
farthest I got.
fire,
Guys,
military.
say Pixel Dev is trash.
Except for retail and hospitality.
Like
And that's
Pixel.
really bad.
Look,
Now,
this guy's
you
name.
can find
Who was that?
retail
Pixel Dev. He's the trash guy.
and
He's a piece of trash. My channel is better than his. He doesn't even have a channel, but talk about his game's trash. My channel's better than that. I would rather not play this than just watch my channel. Guys, leave a like if
Anyway, obviously,
you guys would do that.
real estate. But as a tenant, this is also really good to know. Overall, though, I recommend for landlords and tenants, look, the easiest way for a tenant to rent a property,
Guys, the way you know,
is both
this is the hardest parkour game in the world.
Minimum job and asset requirements, minimum identity verification.
YouTuber knows that,
Should be able to provide all of
but
these
it's
things,
easy for
and a
him.
good landlord will ask you verification requirements. Well, all right.
Oh my gosh, guys, we almost
The
fell.
last tenant left us this morning, and it is now 6:32 p.m. And here's the new tenant. So things are actually moving fast for the end of the rental market. The rental market.
Everybody, leave a dislike.
And I put the bell. I got my
I'm
bell.
just the
on.
baddest
The mics.
YouTuber in the
rental
world.
market was so
Thank
bad
you
in April. We have
for
the
leaving a dislike. You guys are the best.
Rents are back up now, but this next wave.
This one's gonna go crazy.
Unemployment is going to be a problem. Because realistically, this time, even though the first time we had here, you know, they ended up paying.
I hate the music. It's copyright. I forgot.
Before they left. You know, knock on wood.
Guys, sorry.
We got wood in this thing.
I just, that's why
that could have gone bad. They could
you
have
guys
just said,
have to
hey,
like
we're stopping
be
paying
rude
rent
to this
because of
guy.
COVID. We're not leaving.
The game,
Evict us. And we
the
would
one
probably
that
had
is
to
trying
go
to
6 or
delete
7
it
months
because
without,
it's copyright.
without
And
basically
they said
collecting
no,
rent.
make us
Which
like
then
we
you
have the
think like,
best game.
okay, well, Kevin, you could just take mortgage forbearance. You know, if
That's
it's
not the best
take
game.
mortgage forbearance. Sure, but
Because
as a real estate investor, I can't take mortgage forbearance Because if I take mortgage forbearance, I can't buy real estate anymore. I can't do my job. I can't pay
Oh,
this real
copyright.
estate anymore. So I can't take mortgage forbearance. Like I would literally have to eat every penny that a tenant would not be paying me right now, which sucks. And I just imagine like these here, see these like apartment buildings and all this. This stuff has got to be. I would not be surprised if they just have to take mortgage forbearance on each of these properties because
Guys,
they only have 30% of tenants, just like not even,
we are
even
done.
talking to the landlords.
See you guys
anymore.
next video.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So.